Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Strategic Command WWII World at War. This episode is brought to you by Pumnarao. Let's continue where we left off. I'm gonna take a quick peek at all the different regions. So, quick overview. In China, I captured Chongqing. We'll see what kind of result that has for the units out here, especially in terms of supply, but I do think that should be heading my way. In the Pacific, the Americans destroyed two of my carriers out of nowhere, basically. So I'm sending back a big portion of my fleet to start defending out there. I also sent some back over to the Philippines. It means I cannot provide a lot of protection down there either. It's just too problematic. Then over here we're just barely holding on against a new invasion from India. I did take Bombay for a few more points, which is nice, but yeah, these few landings are pretty much isolated cases. Still looking to clear these, which is exceptionally challenging since the AI gets excellent supply from Kunming, even though it's completely cut off. And I don't have the forces to take these guys down. The Middle East is all but in German hands, although we do have a defensive line now running through Turkey and pretty much just Yard force supply. Oh, that does not allow you to attack. Well, we'll see then. Anyway, I have a defensive line through Turkey now, with which I hope to hold the mountains here. We need a unit or two potentially to go up here, but it will take a while. Americans are in North Africa, basically moving up towards Tunis, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. They're also poised to land in Europe, and then over here the Russians are pushing quite heavily upon the German border, so we're not in the greatest of positions. I'm looking to straighten out my line, but I don't really have the points to do so, and yeah, overall things are looking bleak. Let's just call it that. Anyway, I will ship it back over to the enemy, since yeah, that's basically all. There we go. The Chinese morale suffers from the loss of Chongqing, and China moves the government to Lanzhou. Yeah, that plunder is not particularly amazing, because they just now get some defenses there automatically. Okay, that's nice. And again, the amount of areas where I'm actually doing well is getting smaller and smaller. But well, you know, we're holding on somewhat, and I'm just looking to reach the end date potentially. Ah, okay, nice. Russian heavy tanks. Wow, okay, so they're going to invade very likely now then, if this is what they're looking to do. Not sure I'm gonna deal with that, but that's probably no good. That's what I'm thinking. Look, I actually believe this is one of the first times on my channel where I'm actively or seriously not winning the war. That is, it does produce some interesting gameplay, I have to say. Not winning. Yeah, it's interesting gameplay for sure. Trying to make the best out of a a losing situation. That's fine. So I wonder if these guys will try to go around. If I can cut them off, then potentially something's happening. But I guess with me being overstretched like that, I am just barely holding on to that. Holy cow, that too. My planes can't keep up either. And the funny thing there is that if you remember, they're gonna destroy it. Yep, they just destroyed my plane. So they're now so powerful that I cannot even have air support, as they will just kill it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. It seems like they're thus almost killing units at will. Like these guys being at 5 now, it just means they're dead. For example. So, given the situation, I'd be happy reaching 1944 this way. Alright. So you dead. Haha. How those guys got there is beyond me, but... So you're dead. There we go. It was a long time coming for them to land, I suppose. But I'm happy it took as long as it did. They certainly have a lot more units than historically. So that also goes for show how intense this is. So now, obviously, I'm even more seriously thinking about defense, especially for Germany, which is very likely going to fall before the Japanese do. But, yeah, it's definitely just a question of time by this stage. Could this have been prevented by attacking the Soviet Union? I actually don't think so. In hindsight, I actually don't see myself winning. Even had I just taken Vichy France and then invaded the Soviet Union, actually, I don't think I would have gotten much further than Smolensk, very likely. Well, who knows? It's too late to think about that now, anyhow. But it does definitely also goes for show that not attacking the Soviet Union immediately is also not a good idea. What a surprise. Sure. German national morale falls as the Allies captured Dusseldorf. I might be able to take that back. Danish workers strike against the German occupation. Not that that helps them that much. All right. Yeah, they have units coming out of their ass, actually, everywhere. At least I'm getting back 2 armies. We'll be deploying those later on. Let's just go here first. So, let's reinforce you. And this is now... Yeah, so that's looking good. Yeah, it's a shame nothing can go in there to finish him off. Let's deal with this. As I said, this is my immediate priority. Clearing this out. Okay, so you cannot even go back. They're also at 0 supply. So the goal is to expand, at least on this. Make sure this road is reconnected. And kill them. I'm quite sure I can do that. No. Thanks. Okay. So if I go in there, I can't go back. That's lovely. So this should ultimately also help and get you back up to 10. Just like you. Surprised they even made it out of there alive, but I'm not trying to push back from here. Supplies will be really poor, so I'm just trying to get back to Yanang Yuang from here. And hold there. Just like that, there's no reason to do anything out there. So, as for these, they're just gonna stay there, reaccumulate RPP. Why did I do that? I thought there was a port there, but I definitely saw that wrong. Oh boy. Okay. Right. Let's try to head. So, can I just not keep misclicking here? If I'm gonna lose this unit, that is going to be terrible. So what I need, I think, actually, is oh no, never mind that. Yeah, if they're going to try and land there, that is certainly going to be an issue. Can they buy a core? I guess they can. I'm actually looking to buy engineers, but they're too expensive. So I'll have to wait. Yeah, let's move you down here too, and we'll see. They can pretty much spot my navy at like distance of 5 at the very least, and they'll probably see the question marks even further away. So, yeah, that is a serious problem regardless. Alright, that's it for the Japanese. I don't care about that road. I don't need it. Obviously, I have a unit there. Question then is, ooh, I can move in there. Well, that's nice. So they'll fall. And then this is a new place, I guess, where I need to hold. Let's move you in there, and then just try to hold this line out here. Let's bring up the HQ, and then what I can do... I can't operate. Let's move you into Basra. I should be able to... Is that a railroad? No, but I should be able to then... Anyway, get them to Jerusalem or something. But these guys are certainly... I think I should be using these forces then to reinforce this, potentially. But at the very least then we'll have taken Persia for now. You do have all of these under your... Yeah, let's just reinforce. I don't think there's any reason for me to attack here. There are no profitable attacks. What I will do is I will actually send some of these bombers back. Alright, so about this. How likely is it that I will hold Algiers? Unlikely, so I'm gonna put in a core. Let's try and hold for a while. Doesn't look particularly great, but I can't even spare more forces down there, especially with this coming up now. So at that point, there are a few things that I can do. So first of all, I can still operate you out, which is probably one of the best options. I can try to hold. Should I try to hold Spain? I think I do. And then in order to do that, I kind of need to hold the mountain ranges. Given that they might not try to make additional landings there, that's basically the gamble. I should at least try to hold those passes. And let's get this Italian anti-air back to Italy. Why can I not set these guys to fortify? I just really... I do not understand why that does not work. I mean, I think they've been there for a turn. And so I wouldn't know. It's kind of weird, but let's also hold you there and these guys here, and then we'll see how that works. Now, for the immediate future, that just means that first. Let me guess, they have good supply, obviously. At least good enough. So I can't even take it back because they are too powerful. Yep, I cannot defeat them. Well, that's lovely. I should be looking at a potential defense along the Rhine, because, well, there's nothing short of that is actually even remotely possible of holding a defense. I'm not even sure whether I'll be able to hold Paris for a turn. Well, I'll bloody well try, but it does not look like that is actually going to be possible. So yeah, leaving you there, it also does not seem particularly useful to me. Yeah, so let's start getting one in Frankfurt, one in Mannheim, and for now one in Bremen. Might just as well pull you out of Amsterdam right now. Yeah, so still their supply is so poor I cannot repair, huh? Oh, no. Gee. No matter. Let's reinforce you and try to hold there. Try to pull back behind the river. To some reasonable locations. As obvious as it is, there's no way I can hold a bigger front right now. So I'll most certainly pull back already. So at least we're following the river, and then up here trying to facilitate something along these lines. And these guys are relatively weak for now, but let's set you to interception and move up here. It is unlikely that I will be able to do any serious bombing runs at this point. But we'll see. So I'm moving out of Tarnopol and Kovel at the very least. And let's actually send these Panzer Grenadiers, I guess, over here. Trying to hold that with the Italians is probably not a good idea. But I have to give up East Prussia. It's only June the 4th. Wow. You get to reinforce. Look, let's at least pretend like we're going to try and hold Königsberg, as if that would be possible. Let's deploy those new units, and that's going to be here. And I don't even have enough units to hold the entire front against the Russians, let alone the Americans. I'd rather have the Americans take Berlin at that point. Whoop. So that is suddenly a very big difference from turn to turn. Yeah, you're not even that dug in. So how likely am I to hold on to Paris for this turn? Quite frankly, I think not very likely. I'll give it up. I don't think it's going to be worth it for this turn. If I'm honest. And as it is, I'll first try to buy back those units that I lost that way. And just basically do things like this. Alright, and then we'll see how long that holds. I don't have any navy that's worth anything. So I don't really want to bother with that. Yeah, that it doesn't really serve any purpose. What I will do though is I'll actually try to move the entire Italian navy to one place, and then we'll see what they can potentially do against the Allied fleet, which is probably not a whole lot. But you never know. Yeah, I actually kind of need all of these back to Germany. It's no use finding all the way in Persia while we're basically losing in Germany itself. Alright, I guess that's it for this turn. Wait. So the Italians can actually still do something. So let's... No, I guess I will have to save those points. Getting maritime bombers or motor torpedo boats is not my idea of this is what I need, so let's leave that. Because at this rate I might be happy to reach 1944. Persia surrenders, sure. Sweet. Well, like I said, we'll see whether they make landings. If they, for example, land and take Lagos, there's little I can do against that for now. I just don't have the troops to do anything with that anyway. And given how isolated Spain will be anyhow, there's pretty much not a whole lot I can do there. Things really went downhill really fast in 1943. Like, they were reasonably okay in 1942, but then suddenly, especially with that Allied dropping, it was really downhill from there. Not by a small margin. I actually never realized that at that bottom map you can actually see which territory is controlled by whom. I actually never saw that except now. Well, goodbye. They were at 10 for the enemy bombers to deal 3 damage. That is just unsustainable for me. So once they kill these Romanians, which they will, I'll have to fall back to Bassau, because they will cross the river. Yeah, so they are dead. Wonder if they'll kill these guys too. Probably then. Yep. At this rate, I will already have to retreat back across the Vistula next turn. Given the speed of the losses, so to say. And I can take back Dusseldorf, that's nice. I cannot imagine them being able to cross this mountain range as well. They should be doing very poor on supplies, so I should be able to repair there. I guess this is not a front that the Russians care about either, with them, well, basically on the doorstep of Berlin already, so... Although I guess eventually they will be able to break down there too. Alright, so regardless of what happens after this, I'm gonna end the video after the enemy's turn. So I do hope you enjoyed this, despite me, like I said, losing here. A special shout out to my Patreon supporters, Pumnorao and TillySpan555, Mandingo, Tomislav Chlin, Swords, C-Data, Thomas B. Marshall, and Dungeon Pastor. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. And see you next time. After the enemy purchasing, of course. And Colombia joining the Allies. Report to German High Command. The growth and resistant movements in Europe. The groups are now better equipped, more widespread, and ready to rise up against us than ever before. Ensure that from January 44, all possible partisan locations have units protecting them. Yeah, I think we already do. Yeah. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.